How are you today, Jacqueline?
I'm so good. How's it going?
Oh my gosh, good to be alive. Good to be on with you. Oh my God, look at your outfit. I love it. The pearls, the shirt, the jacket.
Oh, you know how to make somebody feel really amazing. You look so.
Listen, oh, thank you so much. Your hair as well. Jeez. Oh, listen,
Thank
Jack,
you.
thank you for being here. You're welcome. Thanks for um accepting my invitation. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I am so grateful and, I guess humble that you even requested me. I really appreciate that and means a
Oh,
lot. Thank you so much.
pleasure is
Sorry,
mine. You're welcome.
I had a cup of coffee this morning.
No, hey, it's all good. It got to get you going. So you know what? Now, when you talk about things like that cup of coffee, you make me jump ahead to stuff I wanted to cover. But since you brought up the coffee, I got to talk about the caffeine, which is energy, which is training and working out, which is you in the gym. Uh-huh. Yes, I've seen you. I've seen the footage. You are serious business.
Oh, wow. Well, I work in spurts in the gym. So I'm
Okay.
like, it's always been kind of my persona. Like I'm 3 months on and I'm really, really aggressive in the gym. But I
Okay.
basically healthy, but I love like sugar and snacks and
Okay.
movies. And so then, I do like really aggressive in the gym. And then I kind of take off. And it's weird because as I get busy, like with all the things that I'm doing,
Hmm.
um, the gym just doesn't make it. But I get to walk around the cul-de-sac a little bit.
Okay.
Um, but running, yeah, and hiking, those things
Sure.
are like I have to get it in at least once or twice a week. But
Okay.
yeah, if I wasn't in entertainment, I would probably be an athlete. Like I'd probably be a weightlifter.
I can believe it. I can believe it. And the thing about it is, I mean, you even doing those things, you've been consistent enough to where that coupled with the wonderful genetics that your father and mother gave you, here we are, you know. But
That's kind of so gracious.
oh, you're welcome. But I gotta take it back to when we were talking about your gym regimen. Now we
Mm,
go to the film a tone that you were starred in. And I seen
yeah.
the fight choreography, Jackie. Wow.
Oh, 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 thank you. I love action movies. Every
Do
time
you?
I've asked the director
Mhm.
if I could on stunts. And pretty much they've been okay to do that to a certain extent, but then obviously they need to bring in a stunt person because if you get
Sure.
hurt, right, there goes
For
the.
sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I two things, and it's funny because when you brought up the coffee, I had to go to energy, the physical activity. So I went right to something else. I got other stuff, but I'm gonna stay here for a minute. Um, I would have loved to have seen you. And no disrespect to Tori Nelson for Call Me King, but I would have loved to have seen you as the lead in that because you've proven not only had you proven yourself with your ability to become that character, but with your physicality and the martial arts and the fight choreography as well. Are we going to see more of that we seen of you in the filmatone?
So, for me, I think doing more of those action thriller roles, absolutely, I'm drawn to those. I love them, but I think I'm somewhere where you fit into being like a character actress,
Okay,
where for the noise out here, where you're like a character actress, where you can like I can do comedy really well, and I can do drama really well.
sure,
Um, and I'm not like saying, oh, I'm all that or anything though, but it's just my body of work has encompassed anything from comedy to extreme drama to action. So I've kind of covered all the bases as an actor. So I'm kind of sort of like a character actor in a sense that I'll just metamorphose into whatever that particular character is, whether it's a period piece or if I have to lose weight or if I have to gain weight or cut my hair, it doesn't matter. I just kind of, if I like the storyline and I like what the character represents, then I'll just roll into it. But I really do like thrillers a lot.
okay.
I really do.
Now, okay. Now, would you say that thrillers are your favorite of them all, or would action top the chart, or what would you say is your favorite of all of the different characters that you've had to become?
It's funny. I said my dream role would be like playing a detective on TV, right? On a
Okay.
series.
Okay.
So
Sure.
some layered characters and some action in there. So that's probably why detective is my dream role. Because
Okay.
the fighting, I love all that.
Sure, of course, and you're good at it too. So I mean, we gravitate towards the things that we're good at. But as a whole, with your performances and your body of work, you are a very talented actress. So it's no wonder that again you have done as much as you've done, and you continue to work. So I applaud you in that. Keep shining. I appreciate it.
Thank you
You're welcome.
so much.
You're
I
very
appreciate
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. Now, coming from Copenhagen, Denmark, to the United States. Now, was one of your parents in the military for you? I mean, because that's not the and I use this not in a disrespectful term, but it's not the norm. You know what I mean? So you were born in Copenhagen, Denmark, and again, for you to have been born there, was one of your parents in the military, and then you traveled. Moved as you got older, if I'm not mistaken. You moved to different places: New York, New Orleans, Chicago, within the United States. So how was life in Copenhagen, and how old were you when you came to America?
So I was born in Copenhagen, Denmark, to a Danish German mom and African American dad. And so my birth father was military, and he left, I guess he planted down in Denmark where he met my mom. And so I left there as a baby, and in America. I actually grew up in St. Louis. I grew up between St. Louis, Chicago, New York, and New Orleans.
Wow.
And LA.
Okay.
Like those were my places that I spent a lot of years in throughout my life. Yeah. Okay. So New York, New York and St. Louis, I would say were my homes as a earlier when I was younger, under 20.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. You started acting at the age of 6 years old at Little Red Schoolhouse in New York City. Is that where the fire was lit?
Yes, and where did you find that information?
Hey! Now, Jackie, don't now listen. I'm interviewing you. You can't be asking me questions.
It's out there, yes. Yeah.
So tell me about that experience and how much time did you spend there? Like what was the start grade and the end grade for that particular school?
So Little Red Schoolhouse is in the Village in New York, and I believe where it was. But I just remember I couldn't have been more than like 5 or 6. And I remember my first project was Dorothy as the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
Remember that from the moment I like have very vivid memories of being a very, very young child, looking at commercials and repeating the commercials and no more tangos, mommy, that kind of thing. That commercial was out. But yeah, so I think that's where that journey started as an actress.
Okay. So that's where it started. Would you say that was the most impactful aspect of it, where it hit you when you were young and that fire just burned bright and can continue to motivate you, or did you have other things that influenced and encouraged you?
No, I think I just knew immediately that being an actor was what I wanted to do. I remember watching Brooke Shields in Endless Love, and I remember seeing the billboards, and I must have been just a little bit younger than her, and I was like, I want to do that. And then Prince's Purple Rain and those kind of people, and looking at Apollonia and going, I know that I want to do that. And so yeah, I remember watching Good Times and the Chickens, and I just knew as a kid I wanted to do that.
Okay.
It was just ingrained in my soul that I knew that I wanted to.
Sure. Okay. Now, you won 2 HAPA awards, one for Hell on the Border, the other for Atonement for Best Actress in an Independent Film. How did it feel to accomplish those achievements? I've seen both of those films, and you were magnificent in those films, by the way. Anytime you win an award for your work, I don't even know how to explain that. And just really grateful to the HAPA Awards for even
acknowledging my work, and it just means a lot to me, because I really did like those two roles a lot. I really, really, and I felt a connection to them. So I'm so grateful.
Sure, of course. What was the film or what was the project, I should say, that you won the Jeff Award for Best Actress in an Ensemble? Which project was that?
That was Nelly. That was It was a play. It was theater. Jeff Awards are for theater, so it's Frida May and Mammy Lewis against something. It was a slave piece, and I played his daughter, and she just had a traumatic life, obviously, as a slave girl, and some of the things that she experienced, she ended up taking the slave master to court.
Okay. Wow.
And her mom was a slave, and I believe her dad was the master, and she ended up like taking him to court and winning for all the abuse that they suffered. It was so long ago, but it was a very traumatic role. I remember that.
Sure. And it's interesting. I was wondering, how was that for you? And if you don't want to, you don't have to go into it. You said it was traumatic, so that in itself kind of speaks. So I may leave it there, but yeah, that's it. I would think.
Yeah, it was very, because that character had been through a lot, and I would say it's safe to say that I'm a little bit of a method actor mixed with Meisner. So I've kind of made up my own acting style, but. And so sometimes I do get so connected to a character that I will bring memories that I've experienced similar to them.
Okay.
And to understand what this character is going through, and then sometimes I'll as if I had experienced them. So it's if I can draw from my real life those experiences, and it can be dangerous.
Sure.
I do, but sometimes it's as if.
Yeah, man. Sheesh. I can only imagine to have portrayed a character like that so early on in your career. That probably, I would imagine, made you better as a performer.
I like any time that we continue to grow in this industry. So I feel like when you have the opportunity to dive into those kind of roles, it strengthens your muscle as an actor. It also strengthens your confidence as an actor.
Sure.
And that's, and so those moments they build up to where you get to the point where you're at this level where you're like, a director or whomever, a producer, or your agents are like, yes, we can trust that you can handle these caliber of roles, and emotionally, artistically, you can handle those roles and not like crumble under pressure. And then you're an artist, you're confident, and you're like, yo, let's go. So it's building blocks, and some people build quickly and some slower, but it builds.
Absolutely. Okay. 2 questions, and it kind of goes back on to the heels of what we spoke about earlier. And I'm so excited to talk to you, and you're such a breath of fresh air. Your energy, I love it. So I'm taking it in, but it throws me. I didn't have a chance to ask you, do you train the martial arts? And I can't remember if I asked you this question already, forgive me, but are we going to see more of that action? Are we going to see more of that action out of Jackie?
That I'm actually, one of the genres, like I said, that I love is action thrillers, thriller, horror thriller. Those genres speak to me as an actress. They speak to me as a creator, and they speak to me as a producer. So I absolutely, in all of the projects that either we develop at my production company or, over here, or that I audition for, usually are those. And so
beautiful
to do a lot more of those on TV.
Good deal. I was hoping you would say that. Do you train martial arts at all?
No, I did. When I was younger, I actually was not in cheerleading. I was in martial arts. So I was introduced to it at an early age. Okay. And so it's probably why I'm drawn to that as well. Like I just did not want to do cheerleading. I wanted to do kickboxing. I wanted to do fighting type stuff. Ichni Sanshi go Kuju. That's what I was.
Wait a minute. Say it again. I need you to repeat that. What'd you say?
When I was 14, I would walk around after class saying that Ichni Sanshi go Kuju. It was like my mantra at 14, and I was like, so I used to like take, and we would have a thing like in the living room, and I would kick up to the walls, kick, and just try to get, like, I do roundhouse kicks and all that. I mean, that was my life at 14, 15, 16, 17. That was what I was into. And then I had the dance when I went to college. And then, so all through high school, it was martial arts. Then I went into dance in college, and then dance and theater. And then I didn't really revisit martial arts per se, you know, until older in my adult life. Like just like classes. But boxing is really my thing. I love boxing. I've been a few years in the gym, not professionally, but as a
means of exercise. I get it. What style of martial arts was that you played around with in that period of time?
I want to say, I know it was karate, but I don't know what form it was. I was taking it at the age of 14, 15, 16. Yeah.
Put in some time. Yeah, buddy.
Into various styles of classes or sets where they've talked about these different styles to me when I was a role or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't boxing.
That's a good one. Good training, good self-defense as well. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Jack, you've worked with writer and director Wes Miller on multiple projects. Tell me about what the two of you are building and how you guys first connected.
I think we first connected on the project Atone, and I think I really kind of, at that point I was interested in producing my own projects, right? And I knew that was something that was in my wheelhouse, and so fan of his work as a writer. Even before I did Atone, there was an audition that came through, and I was like, who is this writer? And I fell in love with his work. And like 3 years later, I get a call out the blue that I was being the role of Laura Bishop in Atone, and it blew my mind. It was this particular filmmaker that I really dig in his work, and I think that we shared similar objectives as it related to being independent, storytellers and wanting to move forward and ultimately build on. And so I was able to watch him, work with him on some of his projects, and then, be able to go off. And I have my own production company now, and I'm my own thing over here with the projects that I have, and I have other team players. But yeah, it was great because I got to learn a lot from him, for sure.
Okay, definitely. Tell me about those upcoming projects, TMI, Stronghold, which you were a producer on, and also tell me about Jack Entertainment Group, please.
So Jack Entertainment Group has metamorphosed. It's no longer Jack Entertainment Group. I changed my production, and it's called At the Kitchen Table, because that is where I'm finding for 20 years, whether I was building my acting studio or the talent agency. I have an acting studio. I used to have a talent agency, a private coaching business for, esteemed, let me not say esteemed, but it was no longer aspiring actors. I have like a collective group of actors that are film and television based, and they are like some more of a celebrity type coaching business where I'm only by request, and I will coach you for a particular role, but by request from an agent. So I'll see the postcard for that. And then, so my production company is now called At the Kitchen Table.
Sure.
And I have a great, incredible group of producing partners that the list is long, that I'm excited about producing projects and rotating them in and out of the production company. So I got the opportunity to work with this person. I got the opportunity to work with this person and this person. Stronghold would be an example of that.
Okay.
My company and a director's production company teaming up together to produce a project, and that's what that was. Start in it. So that's what I look to do for the rest of the projects that I have out of the company.
Sure. Interesting. Good deal. Congratulations to you on that, by the way.
Thank you. And TMI just released to Tubi, which is really exciting. I've known the director and filmmaker for a lot of years, and excited for him. He creates, fun content, and it was just a blast working with him. He's hilarious.
That's a beautiful thing. Just that to have the hilarity or the comedy in the workplace in conjunction with something that you love. That's a winning combination, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I think that's the beauty of independent filmmakers, which I would consider myself one. I would consider myself independent production company, is that we all share resources and we all get to interchange and work with one another. And, people elevate in the industry. I know for me, I definitely would be looking to bring other filmmakers with me through the door that are ready for certain opportunities.
Sure. Of course. Okay. Man, writer, producer, actress, director, content creator, entrepreneur. You wear a lot of hats, Jack. You wear a lot of hats. What would you say is your favorite? Or let's watch this. Let's say, what would you say is either your favorite or what's your favorite top 3 in order of favoritism?
So what's funny? I'm also studying finance in the sense of understanding what it takes to build equity in a company.
Investor, yeah. Okay.
And stuff like that. So I've been on that equity side all year. It's now
nice.
Yeah. Sure. So to me, the numbers, the raising of capital, investor side, that is so fun and so exciting to me. I really that's the business side of me. The producer side of me, that's the business side of me. I love those so much, producing and executive producer. Sure. And then the creative side for me, I'm split down the middle, would be creating content and being an actor is my first muscle. It's what I love, what I do. It's what drives me. So at my production company, as I'm producing content, I'm creating content. I'm also fulfilling that which drives me, which is, the passion that I have for creating story ideas. I'm a story by person.
Sure.
And then creating these amazing roles that I would love to play and see other actors in, right? And then work on the other side, the business side of it, which is putting the team together to produce the projects, right?
Sure.
And also working with my investors to get it into production. So it's like every day, all day long, I'm wearing one of those hats. And then in between, I may have an agent or manager. That was before the strike, but I may just get someone that calls me that is visible, maybe even a social media influencer that says, hey, coach them on something. So then in between that, I get to spend time with an actor, which I'll probably do later today, coaching them. Nice. So I don't know, do a whole lot over here all day.
Definitely. Do you now, Jack, when do you sleep? And do you get good sleep? With all that you do, I would think you get pretty restful sleep.
So that's the thing. Like when I told you I put in like a 13-hour day. I have another company and it's music related.
Really?
So, I have that going on as well.
Okay, tell me about that.
I'll send you the website.
Please, thank you.
We just launched the company in August, and we offer advance payouts to unsigned artists to license their music and if they own their own publishing. So basically, their music is in our catalog, and then say a studio or commercial, whatever wants to take their song and license it. They're getting we can pay them out. Yeah, we pay them for their catalog. So that's another company that I'm with, and myself and my two partners, and Woo, it's a lot. So I'm doing
Yeah,
that. I'm doing as well. So I have that
absolutely.
meeting and Zooming with record execs and
Sure.
artists and people all day, interchanging with my production team. So my hours are few and far in between.
What makes me all the more grateful that you, again, accepted my invitation and we're having this conversation. So, wow. Allow me to reiterate my thanks for that. Just keeping from what I've learned about you and then what you shared. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that so much.
You're very welcome. What would you say, Jack, are maybe your top 3 favorite projects that you've worked on so far?
That's hard. I did this project one time called Beast of the Bering Sea. I promise you, it was a sci-fi project. I had so much fun working on that project. I got to do my own stunts. We got to pretend like we were seeing like scary water vampires. It was so fun. It was so fun. That because it was action, it was drama, it was science. I think working with Terrence Howard on that movie, incredible actor experience. I mean, my God, he's so brilliant. And I just remember on set and he just exploded in the scene. Stuff started flying. And the director afterwards comes over and goes, "That wasn't written, but it was so amazing. Oh my God." And then we got Sundance for the film. And that's what I wanted to tell you. Like, you have to be so prepared as an actor, because that could have, like, if he I believe he's method, and so whatever, I don't want to assume, but whatever was going on, it was like, this is not a prop. This is like, I'm angry and I'm slamming the picture, and usually you're kind of cognitive of that on a set, because otherwise they'll have to keep replacing stuff. And it was went all in, and I was all in with him. That was such a great experience. And let's see. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I just think that every project is different, For sure, I really did enjoy the Laura Bishop character on Atonement, because I felt like I got to do drama, and then I felt like I got to do incredible action scenes. I remember one day on set, they hung me upside down, and I had a rifle, and I was upside down going, and I was like, "Whoa, that's so fun!" Like, my God, it was so fun.
It looked like it was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Those would probably be like top ones.
You cut out when you said the film that was with Terrence Howard. What was the name of it again?
The Ledge, and it's on TV.
Okay, all right, outstanding. Yeah, thank you for that. I have to check that out. I watched that one on the treadmill. Yeah. Okay. So you said, so that kind of leads into my next question. I was going to say, who were some of your favorite people to work with? I would imagine Terrence Howard would have been one of those people. And give me 2 more.
I didn't have my scenes right opposite Angela Bassett, but we did a project called Mr. 3000, and I got to meet her and spend time with her, and that was just absolutely amazing. But Freeman was another one that I worked opposite with, and I really enjoyed working with him. He was so gracious. He treated me like I was, and I was just like, he was so amazing. And I don't know. I can't keep up. Like, Kate Hudson was a hoot. Like, my God, I had so much fun. Kate Beckinsale was the best. Oh my, she's amazing. I want to work with Kate again. She was amazing to work with. We did Contraband together. I loved her.
Jeez. And Jack, you've done so much. You've accomplished so much. You're continuing to strive and push through for more.
How could I forget Mr. Tyler Perry? Oh my God. Let me tell you.
Project?
It's intense, because I did 2 of his shows. I did Sister. No, I just did Sisters with Tyler Perry. That's right. I did the B series, The Quad, with Ruben Thiago Hudson. Loved working with him. Want to work with Ruben again. But Mr. Tyler Perry, he moves. You better keep up.
Yeah. Man. Talk about an inspiration and a success story in itself. Yeah, Tyler, for sure. You said you worked on with him on what did you work with him on again? I'm sorry.
I did a recurring role, a few episodes of the TV series Sisters in their season. I was a detective, and pretty fun.
Okay. Wow. Geez. I mean, and that fortifies what I was saying initially. I mean, Jack, you've done so much. I mean, what else is there that you would like to do that you have not done? I mean, you're building several companies. You are an extremely talented actress, entrepreneur. I mean, what haven't you done that you like to do?
I think the ultimate goal for me, honestly, would probably be to have a production deal with a network or a streaming platform, because then and it'd probably be for a TV series. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
You're going consistently, or it would be for a slate of films, like, so that like the production companies and you as an actor, it would feed everything. I would be able to employ every single person that surrounds me at the kitchen table, or that they're all at the kitchen table together. And I don't want to, and I hope I don't come off narcissistic or me. I'm not trying to. It's just that I've had to build a lot by myself, and then others come, which is like what I did with my acting studio. I built it, and then it built into something major, and I couldn't have done it by myself, obviously. Then a ton of people came. I built a talent agency, and now I've built the production company. So yeah.
Okay.
That was real, because then like you go to work like Issa Rae, your own show and your own job, your own opportunities. Like I've never wanted to work for anybody but myself.
Okay. Sure.
What
But and all nonetheless, and here you are. Didn't want to work for anybody, and and you built your own something several times. So talk about being an encouragement and an inspiration.
Yeah, and I don't mind. And let me say, I don't mind. I really don't mind working for other people. But what I think I don't like is to be dependent, to be waiting for someone else to give me a job. Always put me in a position where I wanted to create my own thing, because I don't want to wait for somebody else to employ me.
Sure. That's understandable. Yeah, self-sufficiency for sure. Jack, what is a word of encouragement that you would give with someone, that you would share with someone that is dealing with a tough time? And I know tough time, I mean, just in general, we'd say.
Just turn it over, let it go, because we're powerless. We are absolutely 1000% powerless in life, and we can't control people, places, and things. We just cannot. Day I wake up over to a power greater than myself. I say, order my steps, order my mouth, order my purpose for the day. I turn it over. If I didn't turn it over,
okay, yeah,
God.
Sure. Yeah, indeed. Would that be the same advice that you wish that someone had given you when you face a tough time in your life?
Yeah, I think you have to be ready to understand or receive those messages, because that's why mentorship is so important, and I mentor. And I also look to certain people as mentors, because there's gems that people drop and wisdom that people drop, but you have to be in a position to hear it and receive and apply it.
That's true.
By me, I didn't apply it back in the day.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, but we live some life. Go ahead. I'm sorry, please.
Yeah. So that's what I do now. Like my mentorship with the younger generation is not just about, like, when they're with me, it's not just about coaching them for a role, but it's also just about whatever wisdom I can impart to them as it relates to this industry, to let it go. It's just not even personal. It's just business, which takes me back to, you mentioned I would have liked to have seen you in that starring role in Color King. Takes me back to that opening statement. You're not the only one who said that to me. I've heard that in my circle and around. People have said that to me. And the reason that I can appreciate that is because you all are seeing me in a certain light. But at the same time, the reason it doesn't harm me or hurt me is because I understand show business, and that actress has an audience, a big audience as an actress, and she, and so it's not just talent, it's talent and body of work, it's talent and where are you in the scheme of things, because everybody's talented.
Of course, I understand.
So that put her on a show that made her extremely visible, that gave her a big platform. Mm-hmm. So I would put her in one of my films, to star in one of my films for sure.
Sure. Okay. Well, Jack, let me say, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'm also going to speak for the other people that have told you that they would have liked to have seen you in that role. We certainly they didn't tell you that, and I didn't say that for it to cause any harm whatsoever, or to impact you negatively at all. We just see a shine, and we just think that shine would have, that I speak for myself, and I'll confidently say it for them too. We see you, Jack. That's all.
Yeah, and it's not that you guys would cause any harm to me. I just kind of, the analogy of what you said, what would you tell someone who's having a hard time? And since we're having a creative conversation, I'm going to say probably a conversation that I would be having with an actor that would be, the industry is hard. Why didn't I get that role? And so there's a side of me now sitting here, because I've been on the business side, that can see artists. And this is all about the creative, right? You're powerless. The only thing you have control over is what you do on a daily basis as an actor. Continue to sow, continue to grow, and then one, you'll be in that position, and then people will be like, wow, and so it's all positive. Seriously, it's all positive. I didn't understand when I first started acting, and I was like, why did they get that wrong? but and I that's what I try to also impart to actors when I coach them too. Don't let this industry beat you down, because there's a lot of business to it that oversees the creative, and continue to keep plugging away. Your day will come.
Definitely. How long have you been in the game for at this point, Jacqueline, excuse me?
If you think about the fact, I mean, it's my Hollywood age and it's my real age. And so
we'll say Hollywood age. Real age ain't nobody business.
Right. So my Hollywood age is, I believe it's 46.
And Jaqueline, you have been a pleasure and a joy and a delight to speak with. I mean, geez. I mean, you really have. I really appreciate you. You have made my day. I mean, and again, I'm so very thankful for this opportunity.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much. This was just a wonderful way to start my Monday. And I wanted to do an interview. I wanted to talk about my production company and kind of mention what it stood for and what it was about. And this, pretty perfect, because I think I got a little bit in there.
Sure, absolutely. People got to see another side of Jaqueline. It's like, man, it's one thing to see the performances, but then to have the opportunity to see you when you're not performing, see your personality, and then we can see the differences between your personality, just having a conversation with you, as opposed to you when you're in the character, be it, and as Bass Reeves' wife, was it Nellie?
Nellie Reeves.
Yeah. When when you were in that character, or when you were, I can't remember her first name, Laura Bishop, in a tone. So to see the differences from the characters you portray, and then to see Jaqueline, the different pictures. So I believe it's good for people to see that, and then also to hear, and I've said this many times, people see Jaqueline where she is now. They see that you've done so many films. They see how talented you are, but they don't understand the price that you paid to be where you are, the hard work, the consistency, the dedication, all of those things. And when we have these conversations like we're having now, it gives them the opportunity to see the other side of it. You're welcome. And it also has a strong regard, in my opinion, of inspiration, because we all go through things. We deal with life. You said you do 13 hours. I do 13 hours too, but here I am because it's something I enjoy. Temporary sacrifice for a better tomorrow. There's a lot of temporary sacrifices that you deal with in the building of the companies that you've built, but at some point it's going to pay off and it's going to be exactly what you want it to be, if not more. So I love how it works. You're welcome. Appreciate you.
Another company, in addition to my production company, I built another company called IFM, and it stands for the Independent Filmmaker. And what I'm doing there is just raising monies for short form content to help aspiring filmmakers. So
you have a good giving heart. You a strong desire to give back. I see, with just the different things that you're a part of and the companies that you've launched and are overseeing. It's like, geez.
Well, that's what At the Kitchen Table represents. It's, your gifts make room for you at the table, and everybody has an opportunity to eat, So if there's an opportunity or a way that I can reach back and help someone else, whether it's an actor or a filmmaker or a producer, director, I feel like that is my God-given purpose and journey on this earth, to connect dots.
Okay. It's a beautiful thing how that works too, because you get to be what different people have been to you, because I'm sure along your journey, and I know along my journey, there have been people that have been an encouragement. They've given a word. They've done something. That little bit of something that they've done has been the push that we needed to get to where we've gotten to. So you know what that's meant for you. I know what it's meant for me. And now you are that. You get to be that for other people. What a blessing. That's beautiful.
It's all about paying it forward, giving back. I mean, we can't keep it if we don't give it away.
You're right. And we can't take it with us when we go either. So
amen.
This
has been wonderful.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I have enjoyed you thoroughly. I'm going to go on ahead and can proceed with other circumstances that desire or need my attention. I'm going to leave you to your busy that you have to do. Hopefully you'll continue to try to get some rest in there.
All right. Well, I hope to see you soon and talk about some future topics. Thank you again for the interview.
Most definitely. You're welcome. Thank you. I'll get this to you as soon as I'm done with it.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
You're welcome. Take care. Yes, indeed. Enjoy your day, okay?
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome.